there's gone crazy. Have you seen it lately? The media gon' hate me, 'cause we know they shady. They say we're just fighting because of Joe Biden, but he's just dividing. Economy sliding. So who did all this shit? I did that at the gas station. I did that. All this inflation. I did that. My grocery bill. I did that. These fentanyl pills. My 401k is hurting to take. I did that. The Taliban fooled them. China done schooled them. The border is ruined them. But who really rules them? We in a recession. Ain't even a question. Gonna teach y'all a lesson about this next election and who to blame for this. I did that at the gas station. I did that. All this inflation. I did that. My grocery bill. I did that. These fentanyl pills. My 401k is hurting to take. I did that. It ain't out the question to just ask a question. The media won't help you. You gotta look in you. Is the end obsession, or is it dementia? I believe in this nation, not indoctrination. And what did he just say? Yeah, I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that.
Welcome to the Beau Show, the home of faith, family, and freedom. I hope you enjoyed my opening number, a song I called I Did That I composed and produced, on the topic of all the things that Joe Biden has done, which have become memed through stickers. It is an interesting phenomenon that Joe Biden has really become a caricature of himself through his own actions and gaffes. But the right has become the new meme kings. They've been able to brand Biden's own stumbles. I remember the first time that I went to a gas pump when prices started to soar and saw the now ubiquitous I Did That sticker next to the price. It was a clever reminder of what was really happening. And it might make a person think, did he really do that? Is Biden responsible for high gas prices? Well, the answer is yes. Gas prices began to soar before Russia ever invaded Ukraine, even though that was the excuse that his administration used. He also used the pandemic as another excuse. And then finally, he admitted what was true all along. He said it would be a painful until we transitioned off of fossil fuels. So Biden was admitting that this price hike was a planned thing all along. If you make people pay at the pump, they will be less likely to buy another gasoline-powered car and will think greener and go electric, which is what he wants. But even Elon Musk, who founded a company of electric cars, said that we should not be decreasing our fossil fuel production right now. Makes no sense. Furthermore, it is well known that the lithium that makes electric batteries and electric vehicles is a commodity largely mined by China, which uses even more fossil fuels to extract that lithium. So Biden created a problem from a problem. So yes, Biden did that. And let's talk about the sticker itself for a moment. It's a subtle yet effective commentary. It's so simple, and even when people have tried to rip the sticker off, a remnant of it is a thorn in the side to Biden and those who voted for him. You can't really get rid of it. It's like those orange stickers parking people put on your car if you've parked illegally. They are really hard to get off. They are constant reminders of bad policy and bad leadership. Nina Burley, a reporter at Business Insider, decided she wanted to track down whoever made these stickers. She writes, quote, "The I did that stickers are perhaps the most ubiquitous and successful piece of political propaganda that the counterculture right has produced in its semi-deranged campaign to blame Biden," unquote. The fact that her exposition includes the phrase semi-deranged campaign to blame Biden should tell you what bias she comes in with. She had trouble in her quest to find out where Sticker Zero came from, as they had been around since the summer of 2021. Finally, in a stroke of luck, the creator reached out to her. It was Bobby Naklicki, president and CEO of Redneck Nation. According to Naklicki, he produced the very first I Did That stickers in May of 2021, the same month gas prices hit $3 a gallon. He said, quote, "Our brain trust did that. Once his team came up with the idea, they began printing the stickers in Florida by the thousands." Burley probably hoped to put an end to this craze by outing Naklicki, but as you can tell, there's been no stopping. The stickers have only proliferated. In fact, Naklicki has been very adept at capitalizing. For instance, Joe Biden tried to demean Trump supporters by saying this.
It's called, I call it the Ultra MAGA plan. And the Ultra MAGA Republicans, the MAGA Republicans are under my predecessor, the great MAGA king.
Biden and his speechwriters, always a step behind, had no idea that the right would embrace this. In fact, memers jumped on it, creating an image of Trump as King Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings, which Trump retweeted on his Truth Social account. And Bobby Naklicki was ready too. He trademarked ultramaga.com immediately, calling it the new deplorables. See, there are many memers out there ready to pounce. And what is ironic is that the left is getting left in the dust. They can't react quickly enough. And when they do try to be on offense, it blows up in their face. So the media has tried to help them with this doxing of creatives. Do you remember back in 2008 when Joe the plumber asked Barack Obama about his tax plan and he became the subject of media ire? Or how about when a memer created this? Journalists were apoplectic about this and tracked down the creator to pressure him to take it down. They also mounted a failed campaign of slander against Nick Sandmann, trying to sully his reputation when they didn't release the true and full story. In the end, Sandmann won his defamation lawsuit against CNN and others to the tune of millions. What's ironic about all of this is that the left has so many creatives on its side, yet those in this MAGA movement are somehow quicker and more clever. They have created endless entertainment, and it's the left that ends up looking like the stiff crybabies. If you look at ultramaga.com, he has taken funny ideas to the max. Look at some of these new stickers, like Count Dracula and the Grinch Biden. He's even made swim trunks that look like Michelob Ultra to reflect the new Ultra MAGA theme. This is the byproduct of bad branding on the left and creative branding by the right. They are always a step ahead. Remember when the NASCAR reporter tried to deflect what she thought she heard?
Thank you, Mid-Atlantic. Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn.
That became the meme of the year, where Joe Biden became this persona of Brandon, as the reporter either misheard or intentionally deflected what the crowd was chanting. Either way, it is kind of an irony that the media in general tries to make excuses for Biden. So the right has embraced this concept of Biden as Brandon, a new language code of sorts. Trump has always been an entertainer. He's a brilliant marketer and promoter. And it's almost like he has a multitude of protégés following in his footsteps that help bring truth through entertainment. And the left has no response. Their best effort was to get Olivia Rodrigo and the Jonas Brothers to do a PSA for the vaccine, and bringing out James Taylor to sing songs to celebrate the ironically titled Inflation Reduction Act. Karine Jean-Pierre is having to deflect when asked about why Biden would mention seeing a deceased congresswoman, saying that it was just top of mind for him. Where's Jackie is now a meme. This is a great example of how the culture war works. Usually powerful deep pocket industries like the media, big tech, and Hollywood can team up to create a campaign. Every campaign you see now on TV to get people registered to vote is a push to get younger voters into the Democratic Party. Why do you think Stacey Abrams is going on late night TV? Why is it that when Ted Cruz goes on The View, it's a bloodbath? They treat the two parties totally differently. What is so peculiar about this memery from the right is that it is organic and coming from your everyman. These are not made in the laboratories of highly paid campaign strategists or the RNC. These are coming from people who want to use Twitter and Instagram for their intended purposes and express themselves. But the social media giants try to stifle it. What is interesting about the "I did that" stickers is that they are physical. They don't live in the digital sphere or metaverse that can be monitored. They live in the real world at the gas pump. Maybe they will show up in the meat department of your local grocery store next to a high price. Maybe they will be next to Cheez-Its, which I recently saw for $8 a box. But let's also talk about some other "I did that" stickers we could put up. As I mentioned in my opening song, at the gas station, we covered that. And his depletion of the strategic oil reserves has been terrible, while at the same time, he is at war with oil and gas companies. All this inflation, he did that. Yes, raising interest rates, increasing the monetary supply, and spending like a drunken sailor are all inflationary tactics. My grocery bill? Yep, he did that. Supply chains have been problematic, and the energy crisis naturally affects the ability to ship goods. In fact, food prices are worse than gas. When you look at the consumer price index for food, it's around 14%. That is significant. So you have higher prices in gasoline and in food. Then I reference fentanyl, the #1 cause of death in people 18 to 45. They have made fentanyl pills look like candy. It is laced in recreational drugs. People who try to revive those overdosing from fentanyl are dying from mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Now, why is fentanyl so bad in this country? Well, it's two-pronged. One is that it is made synthetically in China, and Biden has done nothing about that. Two, it comes through our very porous southern border. Biden's policies have allowed 2 million crossing interactions that we know of just this year. It's a record number. So when you think of the flow of fentanyl into this country, Biden has allowed it. So Biden did that too. And then finally, I say my 401k is hurting today. Well, if you've looked at the market and your investments, it's not a pretty picture, is it? Personal portfolios in the U.S. fell 44% from January to October, according to JP Morgan Chase. The S&P has fallen 20% this year, and the NASDAQ has fallen 33%. Did Biden do that? Well, considering that his Treasury Secretary has lied about inflation, that they continue to drive up interest rates, well, it's only natural that the market would feel some sort of that pain. So yes, Biden did do that. I sang that we're in a recession, that it's not even a question, and that hopefully that teaches a lesson about the next election. And the Taliban fooled him. Yep, he thought that a withdrawal would be peaceful, and that the Taliban were stand-up people. We saw what happened. We lost 13 soldiers. Biden did that. China schooled him. He continues to be very sheepish with Xi Jinping and allows them to play chess while he plays checkers. He thinks somehow that playing nice is the right play with them. Biden did that. The border has ruined him. One of his biggest domestic failures is the border crisis. It is undoubtedly an issue in the midterm elections. Biden did that. What about crime? Biden has done nothing to curtail crime across our cities. Crime is also a big issue in these midterm elections. People don't feel safe anymore. He's been extremely soft on crime and poses no consequences for lawbreakers. He's more interested in pandering to the marijuana crowd. But I also ask, who really rules him? Do we know who is pulling the strings at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Too often, Biden doesn't know which way to go off stage. So, who is creating the strategy? Maybe I should sing Jill did that. She has allowed her husband, who is clearly in a state of mental decline, to pursue this path. And he's even considering a re-election campaign. Dr. Jill did that. And she has a lot of explaining to do over her breakfast tacos. And remember, it ain't out of the question to just ask a question. We have to constantly be inquisitive and to ask questions. The media does not ask the right questions. They have forgotten their journalistic duty. So is Biden in absentia or is it dementia? The press must ask these questions. It's unfair to us if we don't know. And I do believe in this nation, but I don't believe in indoctrination. Part of being aware is a constant quest for information. You know, I try to make my shows informative and entertaining. And I do that through music and parody sometimes because art in its purest form can reveal truth. People get tired of the news cycle. We are in a vicious election cycle right now with midterms, and no doubt your TVs are getting inundated with political ads. I want music to reach people and alert them to what is happening. If you watch Fox or CNN or MSNBC, you're going to get the same thing every single day. They are not innovators. The real creators are among us. They will illuminate the path. The future is always in the hands of the people. Don't let someone else create what you can create for yourself. And then you can say, I did that. I'm Beau, and that's the show.